Oh, I guess we'll start, Russ. One vowel.
Skimpy?
Skimpy.
Encore? E-N-C-O-R-E. In 1979, I had come down from Seattle, and my father-in-law had tried to get Ray to take my book the previous year, and I had gone with somebody else, and then I went back up to Seattle. So this time when I came down, he had me talk to Ray after my agent left, and Ray, said he'd take my book if I would stay year-round. And I told him, well, if he had me as good as 5th in the standings, that I'd stay year-round. And that year we were 4th at Golden Gate. And so I stayed year-round, and I've been leading writer ever since.
If he wanted to get a new contract to sell sodas and hot dogs at the stadium, he would need to make concessions.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah.
I pretty much give Ray carte blanche. He's a way better handicapper than I am. He really does his homework too. He, checks out all the horses' past performances.
Andy did a good job with his filly. Paula 10 is, she's all right. She did okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's running a good race.
Yeah.
He asks me if I've been on him. He'll ask me what I think, which one's training better, how they're going.
This is the guy who was disappointed. What did you get out?
Yeah, he wouldn't take a line in the first turn. He didn't switch leads, and then halfway, like the 4 1/2, he's already starting to struggle. So something wasn't right with him yesterday.
Yeah, and then the other filly, nobody went with the other
Yeah.
filly. It's just like we knew that going in. So
He goes and talks to the exercise riders, and he gets all the information he can before he makes his decision.
Ed, what's going on? Today?
Yeah, I think I'm dead there.
It's my job to decide what horses Eddie rides. So I deal with the trainers and sometimes the owners and make verbal contracts with them to get Russell on the horses.
Okay, Nikki J, that's her name. Did she win?
Well, she ran 3rd on an 8 with the claws.
But if she didn't win, doesn't matter.
Without the opportunity to ride the kind of horses that can win consistently, you just can't have the kind of success that I've had. And Ray has done such a good job picking horses for me. I mean, so very often we find ourselves with more than one call in a race, and not always. Of course, he makes mistakes like everybody, but fairly often he's picked the right one. Ray was thinking about sending me to Hastings for the Derby. Okay. And to do that, he has to be, really tactful, because you can't just keep, saying, no, we got to ride this other horse, we got to ride this other horse, we got to ride this other horse, because pretty soon they're going to go to somebody else to ride their horses. And so, he's done a real good job, not just picking the horses, but keeping the trainers from getting upset with him and me, and so that they're still offering us the mounts on the horses.
Ray Harris has kept Russell at the height of his career for a long time, but you can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear. No matter how good the agent is, if the jockey's not good enough, he can only do so much good with him. Russell is obviously a great jockey, and Ray Harris has done a great job of keeping him at that level and picking the best horses for him.
They're both extremely professional. They're both very smart in terms of what they do, and I think that the level of trust there has just grown over the years to where there's a good exchange of information between the two of them, and that's ultimately the best way that a partnership like that can work.
And for the longevity, he's also got to keep him off horses that might be vulnerable to injury. So he's got to be a suspicious character and look for all of the good and bad in the game.